Hey everyone, thanks for watching the Get Your Mind Right podcast. I'm Brian Mendenhall, President CEO of Family First Life Central Division. Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, or any other place you watch your podcast. Enjoy, guys. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, thank you for joining us on the Get Your Mind Right podcast. We have another special guest. We have Meghan Fisher. Hey Meghan, thank you for joining us. Hold on, the crowd goes wild. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're extremely busy. Today is also a day where you normally spend all your day on the phone booking appointments, correct?
Correct.
All right, so this couple minutes, I won't take too long, but I just wanted to get you on. I've seen some of the stuff that you're doing. You motivate a lot of people. A lot of people are inspired by, some of the things that I've heard, and I kind of want you to share. If you don't mind, introduce everybody to Meghan Fisher. Who are you? How'd you find us here? And, what do you got going on now?
Absolutely. So I'm Meghan Fisher, and I have been licensed for a little over a year, but really a part of Family First Life, seriously, for the past 6, maybe 8 months. I wasn't working before I found Family First Life. I was living on a farm up in North Georgia, and I don't know if you could tell, but I am not a farmer. So that was pretty short-lived for me. And the thought of, as I was applying for jobs, the thought of being an employee and having a boss made me feel sick. I've always wanted to be my own boss and build my own business. And I happened upon Family First Life through a job ad, and it's the best thing I've ever done.
That's crazy. So I got lucky, and I actually saw something on, believe it or not, it was Craigslist a long time ago, back in 2010. And It was something after my job. It made me mad. I walked out of that job, and it went on there, and it said something about, we have more clients than agents. We need your help. Make about however much, helping families, and I can come here and do it. My biggest thing is I like helping people. What is it about that ad that drawed you in and made you want to look into us and find out more?
Absolutely. So for me, it was that I sink or swim based on my effort and not a boss's or a coworkers or a colleagues, that I have the ability to learn and work the way that I wanted to and follow a structure and learn at my pace, however quick or slow that I wanted that to be, and learn alongside people that were doing really big things in this space.
Essentially, there was no cap.
No cap.
That's
I
exciting.
don't do well with feelings.
No ceilings. All right. So, hey, listen, break this down for me, because some people might be watching this. And, obviously we do life insurance. Hands down, this is the best industry. And what they say is the easiest industry in America to actually become a millionaire. Okay. Is it hard work? Yes. Does it take a lot? Yes. Can anybody do it? If they're willing to actually put all the work in, the grind, the blood, the sweat, the tear, there's a lot that goes behind it, right? But for those that are watching this and saying, hey, this industry seems pretty cool, maybe it's something I can do. How does the pay work? Do you mind breaking down how that works?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was intimidating at first. I knew nothing about sales and nothing about insurance when I started here. And you don't need to do well. I'm less than 6 months in, and last month I helped about 40 families. And how that works is I'm paid based on commission of the policies that I write. So average commission is, or average monthly premium for the client is about $100 a month. And that averages out to $1,000 for me per family that I help.
Wow. Okay. So the cool thing, and I know this, that we're the highest paying in the industry, right? We go up to 145%. With knowing you don't like ceilings, right? You kind of got excited about that?
I did, absolutely. That if I wanted to grow, I could grow as fast as I wanted, not because a boss had to promote me. Wow, I got to promote myself.
That's cool. Is there anything else that kind of brought you in and brought you closer?
It was really the camaraderie of the company. I have never in my life been part of a company where I truly feel like a family. And I don't have a boss or coworkers. It's really incredible that I could connect with you, who is in a completely on a different team than I am, but that's okay because you want to see me do well.
Yeah, facts. I definitely want to see you do well. Hey,
Yeah.
so break this down for me, because being a brand new agent, not knowing anything about the industry, kind of like scared probably to death, right? Break down your first month in this business.
Yeah, so it was pretty scary, and I think I took the path of most agents where I had a couple toes in and didn't jump in with both feet like I should have. Now looking back, what Meghan, what were you doing? Why? But I was scared. I was scared to invest in myself and believe in myself that I could do this, and by that I mean invest in my business. Invest in the leads, the families that are filling out form asking for help. I didn't do that as much as I should have. So my first month I certainly helped families, but not as many as I could have. Now I, eh, now I'm constantly pushing to help more and more families.
So you started 6 months ago. So I heard about
Yeah.
6 months ago with us, right? So you told me what happened your first month. Let's go to your last month. So your last month being, it had to be December, right?
Mhm.
What did that last month look like? How many more families did you help? And do you feel more confident, a lot more confident than you did in the beginning?
Absolutely. My confidence level has changed. And just because I surround myself with more resources, I am more plugged into the millions of hours of training that we have available. And I believe in myself that I'm the best one to help these families. And there's no reason that these families should be meeting with anyone else other than me.
I believe it. I'm sitting there like, oh, I want help. Can you help me out? Uh, so, all right. So, being that you already believe that, you know that you're in the house, you know that you come from a good place. Do you challenge the clients? Like, do you go hard for them, knowing that 9 times out of 10, they're not going to have another agent come behind you to serve that family, right?
Right.
Do you ever think about that?
And it is pretty, it's pretty scary. They filled out a form asking for help, whether it be online or through the mail or however they do it. If I don't help them, I've done a disservice. They filled out a form, they put in all of their information, and then they picked up the phone when I called them. I told them who I was, and they said, "Come over, I need you to help me."
Yeah.
I don't. They want this. They need it. If I
It,
am not able to help them, I did something wrong.
it's like at that point, the deciding factor had to deal with you, right? It was you. If they got it, it
Absolutely.
was you. If they didn't do it, it was you, right?
Yes.
I actually like that. I like that because I can take full control of a situation and know, as
Right.
long as I leave it all on the table, these clients will know I care about them and I want to see them in a better position, right?
And that's all we do here is it's my job to make sure that if something happens to you, your family is taken care of.
That's
That's all
good.
I do. It's not rocket science. I'm not solving equations. I'm just making sure that your family they're not getting kicked out of the house. They're not having to start a GoFundMe. They're not having to be out on the streets because something happened to you.
I want to get down to the nitty gritty. Like, what I mean by the nitty gritty is, okay, what we do is not simple, right? Sorry, what we do is not easy, but it's very simple, right? I got to fix that. So, knowing that that's the case, you run into hard times. You run into times where, like, you might not be on a winning streak, where you're helping every single family you sit with, right?
Right.
How do you keep your mind right? Now, this podcast is called the Get Your Mind Right podcast. What do you do to keep your mind right?
That's a really good question. And I get that question from my new agents a lot. When I decided that I was going to be serious about my business about 6 months ago, I just didn't stop. So whether it's I help a lot of families one week or not a lot of families one week, I just don't stop. I'm not going to sit and dwell on it. I'm not going to. And if I help a lot of families one week, I'm the same way. I don't stop.
That's
It's
good.
consistency, that it's being consistent that has made me more successful than I ever thought I would be.
So you said something. You said something there. You said you don't stop. It being consistent kind of makes everything better, right? So what do you do if you have, and you mentioned, you said if I have a really good week, what if you help 25 families in 1 week, right?
Yeah.
And then and the next week you help five. What changes? Like, does anything change with you, or are you still the same?
I'm the same. I used to be on that roller coaster and now I'm the same. It doesn't it doesn't affect me one way or the other.
That's good. I sit and talk to a lot of brand new agents. I say, listen, you can have an amazing week where everybody told you, yes, I need coverage. Please do not run through the streets butt naked with no clothes on, right? It's not that serious. And if everybody tells you no 1 week, don't jump off a bridge.
Right.
This is a business where if you let the emotions take you on a roller coaster ride, eventually you're
Right.
either going to quit the business or have a stroke. If you stay
Yeah.
even kill, you're going to win at a high level. If you stay consistent, you figured it out. That's
Yeah.
all it takes is consistency.
Right. And I've learned that those who don't quit are do very, very well.
That's good. That's real good. Hey, so let's talk about this because you mentioned I've learned to invest in me, invest in my business. In the beginning, obviously, you were afraid, but now what does it look like? What do you invest each week towards helping families?
I have a pretty regular schedule of investing about 2,000 each week to help.
$2,000. Now, again, somebody might be watching this, don't even know what we're talking about. They're like, $2,000. Wait, what is this for?
Yeah.
What are you spending the $2,000 on?
I'm spending the $2,000 on families that have reached out asking for an agent to help them get them a policy.
Leads.
It leads, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can get them from a million different places. That's very easy. You can reach out to an agent, someone you're comfortable with, and they'll help you figure out where to get them. But it's if I don't invest in myself, I don't have any families to help. If I don't have any families to help, my business suffers.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny. So when you talk about the investing in leads, I talk to a lot of brand new people that are coming in the industry or coming from another company. And the number one question, well, do we have to buy leads? I'm like, have you ever bought leads? The problem is some of these guys have bought leads from companies that make money from selling them leads.
Yeah.
I love the fact that our company we don't make money selling leads. We make money when we teach people how to take the leads and go help families. That's the part that's exciting to me. So look, I don't know if you noticed about me, but the $2,000 a week means something to me. So I was actually able, my first year actually coming with the company, I was able to have a mentor tell me, hey, you need to invest more in leads. I was spending like not much at all, right? He said, spend a lot. So I spend what I thought was a lot, $500. And I made, a nice amount of money. I helped like maybe 2.5, 3 families that week, right?
Right.
I took all that money and went back to him and said, hey, what were you talking about? He said, you probably need to spend $2,000 a week. I was bugging. I'm like, that's insane. Like, if you actually do that, I did it. And what I was actually able to do was insane. I spent $100,000 that year on leads, right?
Yeah.
And I helped about 533 families that year.
Oh my gosh.
And that year I ended up being the #1 producer helping that many families, which is exciting.
That's amazing. Yeah. And I come from a place where when I started this, I had almost nothing. I hadn't worked for 2 years. And it was with the support of this company that they said, you have to invest in yourself. So I started with a couple $100 a week, and now I'm spending 2,000 a week like it's nothing. Well, the progression has been really amazing to watch.
So what's exciting to me, and people don't really understand, after you actually help the first family, you get whatever deposit you get.
Yeah.
You're literally buying leads maybe once or twice. After that, your clients are paying for the leads. Right. All you have to do is reinvest the money that you made. Yeah. It's that simple. Now, if you are crazy, like some people, and you go get a new big screen TV, a new car, relocate your house, like if things start changing just because you make more money, then maybe you don't have money to invest back in your business.
Right.
I'm excited for you. Let me ask you this. Are you building an agency?
I am.
You're working on that?
I
So,
am. My goals are very large.
okay. So let me ask you, Hall of Fame this year, you're going to end up helping 400 families?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah? Does that mean anything to you?
It just means that I could have helped 600. I probably will help about 600 families.
That's oh, that gets me fired up. I'm like, so I haven't been in the field in a couple months. I actually want to get back out there. A couple
Yeah.
months ago, I went out. I said, you know what? Let me just show these agents I still know what's going on. Let me get some leads. And I went out in 2 days and helped 12 families. I'm like, yeah, I still got it.
Yeah, yeah, you do. Yeah, and it's just expecting more from, and it's not because I yes, it helps that I know more now and I'm more familiar. I just expect more for myself. So instead of having 30 appointments a week, now I do 40. And this past weekend, I helped about 12 families.
Wow. Good for you.
And
Good for
that,
you.
but that's all you have to do, because I know that I'm capable of it. And so is anybody. I'm not special. I'm not that smart. I just know that if I put the numbers on my side, I'm going to be okay. And if I'm consistent and I don't stop, I'm going to be okay.
So I got to go along with you and say, I do believe that anybody can do it, but I have a caveat. I believe that anybody can do it that's willing to invest. Anybody can do it that's willing to dominate the phones, protect their dial time, get on the phone at 7:30 in the morning on Monday, book appointments until they have their 20 appointments for Tuesday, Wednesday. Somebody that's consistently buying leads on Monday, right? But then also buying leads again on Thursday to book appointments for Friday and Saturday. Again, another 20 appointments, and then run those appointments and then challenge the people in the appointments, right? That's a lot. So not everybody's willing to do that, but the people that are, I believe you will win. I'm excited. I'm sure I'm going to see you at conference.
Yes, you will.
How many people are you bringing with you?
Uh, I'm going for about 20.
20?
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Hey, if you can leave a nugget to a brand new person watching this, they're interested in maybe joining this industry, what would you tell them to watch out for? And what would you tell them that the number one, most important thing that they need to do would be?
Hands down, the number one most important thing you need to do is be consistent. When you first start, whether you're doing as well as you think you would, or maybe not as well as you think you would, be consistent. Just don't stop. The ones that win are the ones that don't stop. Everyone has a day one. No one knew what they were doing on day one. It's no different than starting a new job. You have to learn something new. So be willing to advocate for yourself, learn something new, and just don't stop.
Can I tell you something funny? And this just makes me remember. So Jonathan Porcina, right? You know who he is. He was the number one producer a couple of years ago with helped over a lot of families, right? A ton of families, the number one in the company. So his first appointment, he booked a full day of appointments. He had 8 appointments for the whole day. He got so nervous going to the first appointment, he turned around and went back home and didn't go to any appointments. And then a couple years later, he is the same guy that's the number one producer. So yes, consistency will get you to where you need to be, and just don't quit. Hey, Meghan, if I want to work with you, I say, hey, I like her personality. I like that she's a worker. It seems like she'd take me under my wing and teach me, some stuff. And I'm watching this. How do I get a hold of you? How do I work with you?
Yeah, you can either reach out to me via my website, which is fflguardianagent.com, or I'm happy to, I speak with new agents all of the time, whether you're looking to get in or you just got in and you need some help, some mentorship. My cell phone number is 847-602-1589.
I'm really excited for you. Let's go. I'll see you at conference, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.